shoulder width apart. I'll go further back a little bit. And we're gonna just become aware of your own breathing. And as we do so, just take a little shoulder circles. Yeah. If you've just joined us, we're just going through a dynamic warm-ups, which are things like your joints, your tendons, just up and down, around. We'll just test in both directions. And this is a good opportunity to really connect with the joints, not just the muscles, but things, little stabilizer joints. Those of you, if you've joined on Sunday, last Sunday, we had quite a nice chat about how important is those stabilizer muscles like shoulders, hips. And let's test the hips a little bit. And oftentimes you can often get sort of missed, or we don't often think about those supporting muscle groups and the joints, of course. So yeah, as you do this, see if you can turn your head with the body as well. So again, this is a good exercise to test your knees. If you're having any issues with the foot, just don't turn your foot so much. Or if you've done any sort of sports like golf or tennis, use this ball, sort of turn on the ball of your foot. Keep breathing. Good. Let's warm up just stretch out the chest a little bit more. So just do this one hand at a time. If you just place one hand across the hip, and be aware as you take your arm up and around, try don't turn your hip. Just keep your hips nice and square, almost doing perhaps like a backstroke on a swimming pool. And if it's possible, see if you could actually, as the arm goes up, see if you could touch or like scrape your ear with the arm.
What was all that about?
All right, guys, see if you can meet yourselves.
What was all that about?
She wanted to see how my appointment went.
Oh, right.
Sorry. All right. Yeah, change your sides, please. And let's go for about 5 on each direction. So we've done 5 going backwards. Let's do 5. Change the direction, going the opposite way. Yeah. Just 3, 2. Good. Just become nice and light. Light as a light on the ball of your foot. Just transferring the weight from one foot to another. Guys, if you're having issues hearing, please let me know. But yeah, all good. Shake your fingers out, shaking the fingers. Keep breathing for now. Just a few more exercises for the mobilizing your joints. Now, let's look at this flexor muscle groups for the hands. Part of the body that we use quite a lot. Great. Nigel, it's great to have you join us today. Great. Shake, shake, shake. Good. Hold it for another 3, 2, keep breathing, 1, and relax. Good. We'll use those hand and flexor muscle groups quite a lot today, so just good to have them ready and sort of think about the reflexor muscle groups as well, not just the big muscle groups. Now, we're going to look at the neck. What we're going to do, just whole neck region is part of our posture, so it's not independent of any part, it's part of the whole postural system, or kinetic chain, but some people call it a fancy word. But see if you can look over to the right and then look over to the left. Gentle turns of the neck. Keep your head nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. Okay. If you just pause in the middle now, we're going to look at pointing your chin down, like so. And then gently point up. Chin points towards the ceiling or towards the light. Coming down slowly. Try one more. Inhale. And finish nice and tall, feeling this slight stretch in the front of your neck. Good. Okay. Open your eyes if it was closed. Now we're going to test this strength in all directions. So we're going to look at lateral strength of the neck. So I want you to think about the side neck muscles. They are actually quite a strong muscle groups, and we often use it every time we chew or just turn our head. So using your hand, palm of your hand, to create a resistance. So imagine you pushing your head into the hand, please. Let's go for 5 seconds. Press, keep your spine nice and tall. 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly let go. Just switch the sides. Let's go towards the opposite side. Sometimes when we lift our shoulders, don't like to be in this position. So keep your elbow nice and wide. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go slowly. Now we said we're going to go through all directions. So let's go forwards now. Just gently place the palm in front of your forehead. And think about like this. If you lock your jaw for me and just biting down and almost chewing gum and then pushing your chin forwards. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. By the way, guys, the pressure should be nice and steady. So almost you putting a foot on a pedal, that sort of pressure, yeah? So no idling. Right, both hands behind the head, supporting with the fingers, and we're going to glide the head back. So we're going to pull it back and resist it with the arms. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake. Just again, go by just showing the feet. Now with the next part, I just want us to warm up the hip muscles because we are going to use the hips and the knees, and I will give you a sort of progression of each exercise. But perhaps if you have a support for this one, you don't have to, of course, but let me just show you the motion. So think about lifting one knee up and rotating around while standing on the one leg. If you think this is easy, just let go your hands, switching on your supporting core muscles, and then do it without a hold. Yeah. Let's go 5 on each direction. One more, I think. And then what we're going to do, just stay on the same leg, test the opposite direction, so changing the range of motion. The hips and shoulders are exactly same joints. They're called a ball and socket joint. So they move almost identically. So there you go. One more. And once you're ready, let's switch the sides. Shake the legs in between. So it doesn't matter which way you go. Let's go opposite leg. 1. We're practicing balance exercises last week, and try to be aware of the importance of standing on single leg, like a unilateral training is so useful. Guys, let's change the direction. Please. 5, keep going. 4, switch on the core. Just gonna let one more person, I think Greta's gone out, yeah. So if you just joined us, just finishing off nice and strong. 3, on the opposite direction. 2, 1. Right. Listen up. One more exercise, and then we're gonna have a mini break, and then work will start hard. So stand, turn your feet slightly towards, let's say, left one goes towards 11 o'clock and right one goes towards 1 o'clock. Hands on your hips. We're going to lift up slowly on the ball of the foot and then come down slowly onto the heel. And the idea of this exercise is to do it with a real control, especially as you come down. Go up and then roll yourself down. Sometimes if knees don't like it, just soften the knees a little bit and just go up that way, yeah? Of course, you can always hold, just to make it a little bit easier for the balance. You can always hold the wall. Okay. And if I get you to turn your feet now, well done. Just turn your feet inwards so the toes are facing towards each other and the heels apart. So we're going to get you to relax the ball of your foot now. Just use your little ones because they're really useful for changing the direction and also for stopping, sort of slowing down. Yeah, this way. Up. Keep the hips nice and tall. If you're doing this barefoot or with trainers, doesn't matter. Sometimes you can feel your toes a little bit more when you're doing this with barefoot. Socks are fine, of course. Right. Well done. If you'd like, you got about 20 seconds, a sip of water or tea, doesn't matter. And I'll explain quickly what we're going to try next. So next 8 to 10 minutes, I would say, including the breaks, that would be. So we'll have at least 20 seconds, 30 seconds breaks in between. We're going to get the heart rate up. Those of you who have trained with me one-to-one or so, you know the importance of raising the heart rate is. It's okay to get it up, but always know to keep it score of if your pulse becomes really high, just slow it down for me. I'll just prompt you to have a few things ready. We like to improvise things. Nothing too special, but yeah, I've got cans of beans or soup, chicken soup here. Yeah, make sure that we're going to use them as a load. Of course, you don't have to. You can just simply use your own body weight, and which I often just use on my body weight for training. So just have them ready, and we're going to begin. Guys, stay with me. I'll explain the instructions after each exercise. So if you're not sure what we're going to do, you will know. Right, let's get the heart rate up slowly. We're going to perform a stationary high knee. So just I want you to pump your elbows. If your knees can go up, wonderful. Low ones are fine too. But what I'd really like you to do is think about you going chopping your elbows and always twisting from the torso here. Let's go. Nice marching type of form. Really get the nice lightness. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep going. 20 seconds still to go. Lovely. Great. 10, 9, 8. You can test. Go around a little bit. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now slowly, just light on your toes. We did this last week, so if you can hear me, I'm gonna shout a name, either left or right. The direction. So think about you tapping the knee, just gently, not too hard, of course. If I say left, guess what? You're gonna try and respond to us. Almost we mirroring each other. So think about like a mirror drill. Ready? Get set. Right. Nice, little nice. Right. Don't stop. You're always responding. Left. Left. Good. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Right. 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 Nice, man. Well done. Left. 10 seconds to go. Left. Left. Right. One more. Get ready. Left. And relax, relax. Okay, everybody, shake it up. You have your 20 seconds of rest. Just take a look at the next exercise if you're not sure. You can always have a small sips of water in between. So I'm going to just use to demonstrate on the chair. Just creates a better visual also. You don't have to use a chair, but it is a good way to sort of program your body, that sort of depth that we're going to go down to. If knees don't like it, of course, do not go as low. Just go to your comfort level, please. holding the loads, cans of beans or weights. If you have dumbbells, even better. Hold it like a telephone. This is the position. Just, yeah. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go into this loading position as if you're almost sitting, but you're not resting when you go down next time. Look. Pop your hips, top, nice and lock your, them nice and tall. Press above your head. Slowly down, at least 3, 2, 1. That's the idea, guys. Okay. Keep your chest nice and open. 60 seconds. Let's go. Slowly down. Again, if knees don't like it, just go into this air squat. So there. Adding the shoulder press. Just be mindful as we press above the head. Avoid leaning back. So no, because back sometimes does not like this. Keep breathing for me. And if we are going for a nice squat, keep your chest open, please. Nice and tall. Almost if you had a mirror in front of you, you always want to see your shoulders. Don't hide them. So there. Small is fine. Pop it from the hips. So if we go in a little bit low, boom. Make it a one movement. Keep going. Just check the time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Good. Just put the dumbbells down. Just next 30 seconds, guys. We're going to just get the knees up. Same again. Just you can either march on the spot or just jog on the spot. 30 seconds. Keep breathing. You can always go through nose to mouth or through the mouth in, mouth out is fine too. Shake the hands out. Knees up, knees up, knees up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now, test your blood pressure or beats per minute for a few seconds. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, everybody. While you're having a little break, I'll just quickly demonstrate the next exercise. It's called a wall squats. It's an isometric exercise, so we're not going to actually move the muscles, we're going to hold. Like very similar to what we were doing for the neck. But we're going to involve your knees, your glutes, your thigh muscles. So you're going to need a wall, and or a door is fine too. An idea would be to create at least shoulder width gap between our feet, and then take 1 or 2 big steps forwards. Make sure your toes are in line, and then very gently find your own comfort zone. The lower we go, the harder it is. Sometimes I actually like to use a stick. If you don't have a broomstick or just a stick, if you can so if you imagine if it rolls, that means the angle could be improved. If you can hold the stick without letting it roll, that's a good level. Now, aim would be to do this together at least for 1 minute. So just shake the legs out just before we start. That was a demonstration, by the way. I did say demonstrate. So here we go. 60 seconds. Get set, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Time this. And breathe. Involve your heels and the toes, the whole foot. Just strengthening. Push your belly button towards the wall. So almost you can feel the lower back against the solid object. Connect. We're doing great. Over halfway, please. Oh, good. If you have to have a rest, of course, you can take a break at any stage, but breathe. We have 15 seconds to go. Looking good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly glide up. Glide up slowly. Well done, Roger. Looking good. Shake your legs up. Please take we call it lactic acid. Pick up the small weights, please. You have Few seconds to do so. Break will come after this. Let's go. We call this, it's like a boxing, air boxing. So we're not punching anyone or anything. We're going to load the shoulders with extra weights if we have. Just jab and cross, jab, cross. So left and right, left, right. Stand slightly offset. Let's go. 30 seconds. We can punch a little bit higher. Keep breathing with this one. Punch down. 15 seconds still to go. Move it up slowly. Keep twisting the hips. You shouldn't be feeling any discomfort on the knee. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe out. Slow break, little break. Well done. We're almost there. We're almost there. Shake the hands out. Perhaps give your palms a small stretch. So next exercise will promote the strength and stability across the shoulders and your hands. I'm going to show you two versions. Version 1 on our hands, version 2 on our elbows. On our elbows will be slightly easier. So you take a pick. I would like to have either a sofa, or I was going to say a shelf, if you have a shelf, slightly elevated surface. So the more vertical it is, the easier. So you can always take a few steps backwards this way. Or if you have a nice soft sofa, you can go with the elbows even better. More comfortable in this position, like a plank position on the elbows, yeah? You guys got to pick. Doesn't matter elbows or the hands. You've got to go with one. I go with the elbows. How about this? Look. Slowly create this diagonal. We haven't started yet. Just take a quick look. Just take a quick look, almost like a plank position here. Avoid this or this, overarching your back. So just find a nice, comfortable position for the back and breathe. If you can get into this position, and then we'll begin. Let's go. Guys, you can always use the hands as well. Makes it, if it's easier for you to use load your shoulders through your hands, if it doesn't hurt your wrist, that's fine. Let's go. Start the time. See if we can test the body in this position. Just simply holding here. You're already working your core muscles. Squeeze the glutes in this position. So clench the big muscles. Involve your thighs, your toes. You should be on your heels ideally. Heels should be raised, sorry. Weight should be on our toes. And that's the final progression of this. See if we can pretend that we're sort of driving the knee in between the arms. You with me? Well done. Otherwise, we can just hold. We're still working. We have 20 seconds to go. Keep going, nice and steady. The idea is to keep the shoulders still. Shoulders should be on top of the arms or top of the elbows. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And slowly come in, and just shift your hips back and then lift it up. Good. Good form is the key, and it leads to a much better adaptation as well. Pick up these one more time, please, your small weights. We're almost there. One more exercise to go. Now, standing to a more like a box-like position, almost like an air squat position. What we're going to do, punch in front, but we're going to add an extra movement. See if it could go down. Otherwise, just stay in this position, like an air squat and box. 30 seconds. Bring it from the shoulders, punch it from the core. Can you move down? Can you move down? Good, good, good. Speed up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Someone last week said, I think it was Marie-Paul, as I get towards at the end, the time slows down. So if you've noticed that, apologies. Have a sip of water. One more exercise, and this one is for the balance. Perhaps roll your shoulders a few times. If you're doing this barefoot, even better. I'm going to use something to give you a bit of a... You don't have to have these cones. These are just plastic football cones. Don't worry about it if you don't have these. Might be better to... Please have a support next to you if you need to hold extra support. I will give you a quick demonstration first, and then we can have a rock and roll. Put this down. It's almost like a triangular or diamond-like shape. So support has to be there. It can be a wall. Don't damage your plants. have a back of a chair is fine too. So what we're going to do is connect. We're going to do this one leg at a time. If I just quickly demonstrate the technique. We did this last week, but this time it gives you more of a, so like, okay, so see if you can go around with same leg. And if you can go and touch the back foot, back angle even better. And just stay with it. So bring it there. You're creating this movement, almost like a semicircle with a hip. That's fine. Keep going. All right, guys. So really switch on. Again, you can always create an extra support. The idea is that we're sitting, bending the knee ever so slightly, and then working this. See if we can do 5 more. Hands in front of you, so open up your posture. You should be starting to feel this on your standing leg, on your balancing leg. The small muscle group stabilizes. One more. And shake the leg out. Anytime we add a movement when you're standing on one leg, always makes it harder. So if this movement is a bit challenging, so let's see if we can just elevate the heel off the floor. That's fine too. Yeah, are we ready? Shift your weight to the opposite leg. If we can, keep the posture nice and tall. And then almost moving from 12 o'clock back down to 6 and across. If you're impossible, get down to this position. Slow. 3 more, nice and slow. You very rarely see people training in this way in the gyms or fitness clubs. If you look at sort of any sports or sort of athletics or any really professional sports, they do movements like this, change of direction, left and right, because body moves in this 1 and 2. It never moves like this, yeah? So when we turn, so like warm-up exercise that we were doing, we always turn with one joint at a time, or single joint. So we're almost there, just finishing up with the heel kicks. Just getting a little stretch. Coming up a good time here. I'll just lift this up. Right. Very good. Ideally, when we do this exercise, don't raise the knee up and just facing your knees down and then raise the heel. Can you do that? Almost touching your bum as you flick your heel. Yeah? Momentarily, you're standing on one leg, so it's quite a good way to improve your balance. Good. Okay, dokes. Now, if you just take a seat on a chair or on a sofa, we're going to perform a very controlled exercise, and this is called, like, it comes from gymnastics. It's called a Beehold. You can actually sit on the floor. So if you don't have a chair around you, make sure you go to something soft on the floor and take a seat in this position. All right, guys, just very slowly, just take a look at the screens. What we're going to do, just give you a quick demonstration first, lifting 1 foot at a time off the floor. But look what we're going to do. Before you lift, see if we could keep the spine nice and neutral and just roll back a little bit and use your hands on the chair. Lift, lift. And ideally, if we could, see if we can lift the hands up. So we independently holding our body for the abdominals. Keep your eyes over your toes. Feet are off the floor. This is tough. But don't worry, it's fine. If you can't do this right away, every exercise has a progression. So if you're with me, stay with it. Just one leg is fine too. If you can do this, that's good. Make sure your head doesn't go back. We have 10 more seconds. Keep holding. You can switch your legs if you're doing this one leg at a time. 5, 4, 3, finish up with a wave. 2, 1, and breathe. Slowly, slowly. Stay seated, please. Stay seated. Now, sometimes I wouldn't say it's normal, but sometimes you could feel when you do this type of exercise, you feel the pressure loading around the lower back. So don't panic. It's a sign that your back is slightly tense. So perhaps where there's a weakness or parts of the body is quite good at taking the pain where it's these sort of weights, loads this sort of pressure. So what we're going to do, just really perform a simple stretch. Perhaps open up your legs a little bit wider. So make sure you don't glide forwards and just very gently roll down from the chin. So if you're not sure, just take a look at this. Look, roll down from your head. Glide out, glide out, glide out. Hold. If you can reach your toes, even better. Be careful if you have a rolling chair, please. Doesn't glide behind you. Like an office chair, if you have it that moves and rolls. Okay, come back up slowly, just roll. Build it up from your spine, from your lower back into the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Let's go one more time where we actually inhale more deliberately and exhale as we go down. Let's go. You may actually feel this in your hamstrings, the back of the legs. Another 3, 2, 1. Now, I'm going to perhaps remind you or teach you a really good stretch for the hips. So if you notice that your back tenses up sometimes during the day, if you're working from home, if you've been sitting down, just take a leg across the leg. You can actually hold it if it's fine. So you can actually hold it from both hands in this position. And yeah, you can use the foot, or if you're struggling to sort of hold your foot, just use a towel or something that you can wrap it up. So I don't have one right away to show you, but you know what I mean, right? So in this position, and just become aware of this spine. So all I want you to do is watch what happens to this knee once that's bent, and look what happens to the posture. Look. So I'm opening up the spine. So around here, it's more relaxed. You push your chest, roll the shoulder blades back, and push this knee down if you can. So it's almost like from there. So as we open up, this knee should move ever so slightly down. Relax. One more. These are practices that our body moves in this sort of way. But just holding this position is actually quite a good way to open up your hips as well as supporting your spine, teaching your spine to become strong in this position. Yeah. Okay. Let's switch the legs gently. Okay. Sometimes knees can feel slightly unstable when we cross the legs. So do this very gently. Yeah. Wearing your trousers or jeans or shorts, just use the material to support the leg. Hold it nice and tight. You may actually notice that one side might feel a bit more relaxed or a bit more tight, and that's normal too. So using your own breath. So inhale, relax your spine. And as you exhale, push the knee down and open up the spine. One more. And if you feel a slightly different stretch on one side, I encourage you to practice this during the week until we meet again next week. But and perhaps you could give me a feedback, see what happens. Yeah. Okay, relax. Right. If you're sitting, stay seated for now. Let's finish up. Nice posture exercise. So lift your arms up. Imagine as if you're holding a stick, okay? And the idea is that we pull. Don't worry if you don't have a stick, it's absolutely fine. If you have one, even better. So pull and bring it down top of your chest on your clavicles, right? So just below your chin, yeah? There. Glide it up. And then pull down. Squeeze your arm muscles, shoulders. One more. And then, yeah. It's a good way to test the flexibility. So I'll show you from a side sometimes what happens to the body in order for us to perform this above the head motion. Sometimes we cheat. I cheat too, that's fine. But here's what sometimes you've got to think about what happens in the back. So rather than, let's say, we're putting something on the shelf above our head, we do this to perform the movement. So really try and bring this with the stick or with just the arm. Just keep the spine nice and tall and just really push. Even if it feels slightly uncomfortable without a weight, this should be a fine to do. Yeah, just teach your shoulders, or you already reteach your shoulders, probably should be the right word. Retrain your shoulders to perform in this range of motion. Okay. Just a few times, roll the shoulders. Again, just become aware of your own breath. Okay, just finishing off with a slight neck stretch. So if you need hands now, if you just put the sticks down. Just relax this side, relax the shoulders, just gently reach over the head, and while you're keeping your spine tall, hold the stretch for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just slowly let go. And let's switch to the opposite side. The opposite hand goes over. Keep breathing with this one. Let's shake the shoulder and then hold it for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. That's well done. That is it for today. So those of you who would like to come closer and have a quick discussion and see how things have been, you can ask any questions. If you have to shoot off, I understand, and that's fine. We always come up with some nuggets, good knowledge nuggets, when we do share some knowledge. And perhaps we have some newcomers this week and just welcome them on the Zooms. So yeah, well done, everybody. Good job. If I unmute, who wants to, you're muted at the moment, so you'd have to unmute. Yeah. So if you maybe perhaps put the view in a gallery view rather than the speaker view, you might be able to see everybody. Right, grab a seat. Well done. Shall I be naughty or shall I pick somebody? Or how about this? I have a question. If those of you who received an email during the week, what would be quite good